So this is now the 16th day of the general strike here in Santa Cruz. Other cities are in absolute turmoil, fighting on the streets, particularly the masistas, who are being paid by the government to cause problems in most of the cities in the Andes regions. Well, we're seeing none of that here. Santa Cruz is completely calm, and it could be just another day. Could be a Sunday. This is the kind of scene you'd see on a Sunday. People walking around and strolling out with the kids. So Camacho, the leader of the civil committee, has gone to La Paz. He's causing an absolute uproar over there because they recently found out that actually his grandfather was a president of Bolivia, and that his descendants are from La Paz. So the racist card that the government is trying to play all the time is not working with Camacho, because he's basically descendant of people from La Paz. So it's quite interesting to see the reaction. He's getting a lot of support from different entities in La Paz, and he's taking his time. He is up in La Paz because he's going to hand in a letter to the president asking for his resignation. But he's taking his time. He's going to do it when he feels the time is right, and meanwhile he's gathering a lot of support in La Paz. He already has the unconditional support of Santa Cruz and a lot of other departments, including Potosí. So now he's just solidifying his support up in La Paz before he makes his move and heads to meet Evo Morales. So one of the things that has changed over the last few days is that Camacho asks that all state-run institutions be forcefully closed in a peaceful manner. So this is just one of the examples of buildings that basically have been shut off. They're not, chained up. It's more symbolic. And basically the employees have been sent home and they're not coming back. So by doing this, he has put a much tighter stranglehold on the government, cutting off their supply of money, basically.
Well, it all started February 21st, 2016, when our president Evo, he called a referendum, which is where we go and vote, and he asked the question, do you want me to be a candidate for presidency again? And we said no. And he ditched that and he said, well, I'm going to run again. And it all progressed over the years. We protested. We're a lot of groups, different groups of young people that said this is illegal. Like you asked us, there were like an election, and you still ran us over. And now today we had elections for presidency October 20th, 2019, and he committed fraud. There's so much proof you can search online of the fraud that he committed, and we're not gonna stand and just have him as a president. It's not gonna happen. He ran over our rights. He's murdering people. There's like so much chaos. I can go for hours of what he's doing. He's abusing his power, and everyone is standing up. Finally, we're joined. We have leaders that are finally standing up. And we have leaders from every different, we call them department, but it's like states within the country. We have leaders everywhere. The whole nation has united against dictatorship. Like we don't want we don't want to be like Venezuela, where they just take over. The president just says whatever he wants. We're just not gonna have it anymore. Right now we're in public institutions. This is taxes. We're closing down taxes, not closing down, but just protecting them from being trashed, because it has happened before. There's so much anger, there's so much frustration from everyone here. It's just frustrating that we don't have rights. They're just doing whatever they want. So we're gonna stand here every day. We're here 24 hours. We're having shifts, weekly shift between people. It's much more organized, but basically we're in a strike everywhere, the whole nationwide. No cars are transiting. Everyone's in their bikes, as you can see, and we're just not gonna have it anymore. And today is day 17 of the strike. Nationwide. Everything is closed down, and that's what we're doing right now.
Do you think that Evo Morales will resign, or do you think he will try and stay in power?
He already said it. Like, we're not gonna resign. He's so lashed to the power that he won't give in. But he is a worker of the state. Like, he's a worker for us. So we're telling you, everyone is telling you, we don't want you, and he has to be. Like, there's no other option. Everyone is saying no, and he has to be. We're not gonna live under a dictatorship. We want democracy, we want freedom, and we want our rights.
Mm-hmm. And would you agree that new elections would solve the problems, or is there another way?
Yes, new elections has to be the solution. Basically, because we are more aware. Like, everyone is finally has opened their eyes. We have been, like, a lot of young people and a lot of other groups have had our eyes open a long time ago. But now every single citizen knows what's happening, has seen the fraud. We have proof. We have, like, all the documents and everything. So everyone is aware that how the fraud was committed and everything. So people will request more control over the voting areas, how they handle the paperwork, how they control the voting. We also want our Supreme Court, everyone to resign. They are all corrupted. They do whatever the president says. They just do and undo laws. It's all fraudulent. It's chaos. So we want all of them to leave. If there's new elections, they have to leave. They can't be part of the people that control the votes, because they are the ones that committed the fraud for the president. So we need new elections and a new Supreme Court of Justice.
Do you think that they will allow Evo Morales to be a candidate again?
Well, he can't be. He's illegal. He's an illegal candidate, so he can't be. Like, we need to understand that we need to respect laws. Our constitution was made for a reason, and we can't be a barbaric country that just does whatever they want. It can't be that way. So we are finally fighting for things to be right, to follow the rules. Like, that's the whole point of having a civilized country and democracy. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he can't be. He's illegal. He's an illegal candidate. So he can't be a candidate.
So we've just had news that the entire police force across the whole country has come out in favor of the people against Evo Morales. So tomorrow is going to be a really interesting day. We're wondering what the army is going to do. We've got news that people in the army are saying they're not going to do anything, but let's wait and see. Tomorrow is going to be a really interesting day.
Positivo, motín policial, tele 24, Cochabamba, 308 en los demás departamentos. Motín policial en Cochabamba.
A ver si no tengo consecuencias, pero algo que quiero decir. ¿Quién se rinde? ¡Nadie se rinde! ¿Quién se cansa? ¡Nadie se cansa! ¿Evo de nuevo? ¡Huevo queremos! ¡Eso mierda!
Son los
Están
policías.
yendo a la Plaza Murillo.
¿Los policías se amotinaron?
Mira quién está encabezando la marcha.
¡Ah! ¡Mira! ¡Los policías se amotinaron!
Ay, no.
Ay, sí, está bien.
Está leyendo algo.
¡Ay, los policías se han amotinado!